AITA for refusing to pay for girl's wig after she shaved it because of me? There's this girl that lives in my uni halls. We're not roommates but we are flatmates. Let's name her Kaya. F. 19. I. F. 19. Met her in September when we started university and moved into halls. We're not best friends but we are friendly. We don't really spend much time together. Over time, my friends noticed that Kaya tried to copy me in everything. It started slowly. Accessories and some clothes. Nothing major. I didn't even notice until people started pointing it out to me. I have a rather distinct style and she started copying it. I don't know the style and she's free to wear what she likes but it's the exact same copies of my outfits, which is very odd. But then, it started going further. I dyed my hair. She dyed her hair. I bought something for my room. She bought the same thing. I started chatting with a guy. She became obsessed with that guy to a point that whenever I had a male friend or guy the first was interested in over, she would go out of her way to try and get their attention. Coming down to the kitchen in nothing but a towel. She never used to do it, etc. And she would do anything to attract attention. Now, don't get me wrong. I couldn't care less if the guy was looking, and even if it was my boyfriend looking. I'd have a beef with him, not her, but the blatant attention-seeking behavior was just odd. I joined societies and sports, and after she found out, she joined the same ones I did. Basically, everything I do, she copies eventually. It's just really creepy, but I haven't said anything. I wouldn't even know what to say. Over the Easter break, my friend and I were at my family house, a bit drunk, and decided to test out whether Kaya really copies everything I do. I made a post on social media about shaving my head. My friend does hairdressing and she helped me out faking shaved head, and I posted a photo with shaved head. I deleted the photo few days later and forgot about this whole thing. After Easter break was over, we had uni exams and I was focusing on that. Imagine my shock when I came back and Kaya had shaved head. And she was pissed when she saw me. She started shouting how I lied to her and why would I do that. She went on and on and on. Really angry. Admittedly, I ignored her and hid in my room. She sent me a text telling me that she expects me to pay for her wig as it's my fault she shaved her head. I replied that absolutely not. That it was not my fault and she decided on her own to do that. She kept attacking me over it every time I saw her. It's been a few days since I came back from Easter break. My exams start tomorrow, and yesterday I received an email from my university asking me for a meeting over the issue. She reported me to uni over something she's done. I am genuinely confused. Was I really in the wrong? AITA for pretending to shave my head and refusing to pay for her wig? NTA, but I'd be nervous if someone was that obsessed with me. Like I wouldn't feel safe around that individual at all. NTA. Don't even tell them about her copying you. Just say you posted a fake bald pic of yourself on social media for fun. Showed back up at school and your flatmate had shaved her head and was pissed at you. What could she possibly say to defend it? You didn't tell her you were shaving your head, and even if you did, you didn't demand her to shave her head too. NTA. You didn't shave her head while she slept. She did it herself while not in your presence. Don't tell the uni she was copying you and it was a test. Just say you were drunk with your friend and wanted to see what you looked like with a shaved head. She fitted you out so you could see what you looked like. You decided against it after the fake trial. You had a right to change your mind. You never tagged the copycat. You don't know who is viewing your posts. You never told her to. Tell the uni. How could you have known she'd shave her head? A reasonable person would not assume someone they are not close with would shave their head based off a Facebook post. Then present them with the messages of her attacking you. Tell them she is harassing you. Give them a list of eyewitnesses who can vouch how she verbally attacks you when you leave your room. Tell them she makes you feel unsafe and is having a negative impact on you trying to study. NTA. This is harassment and obsession. Write down all your experiences and a timeline of everything that has happened. If you've got any physical evidence like pictures, screenshots, chat histories, then bring them too. List the people who first noticed her behavior and offer their details to the uni officials as other people who can give evidence, their viewpoint of the situation. Don't state their names out loud but offer their contact info on paper to the staff. Go into that meeting stating how concerned you are for yourself, how uncomfortable you feel with this behavior, and how her behavior, harassment, is now affecting your revision and potentially your appointment in your exams. Since you are both living in uni halls and this is where she met you through, then you expect the uni to step in and do something about this by monitoring her behavior. And if she doesn't leave you alone, to move her out of your halls and implement a no-contact rule between the two of you in uni. You need to go on the offensive in this meeting and paint a very clear picture of how disturbing this student's behavior really is. TBH. It sounds like she needs help just as much as you, but none of that is on you. Protect yourself. Even without all the extra details, the meeting would be short. You posted a fake photo of a shaved head. And now this girl shaved her head. That isn't your responsibility. It's very creepy behavior and weird that she would report this. A normal person wouldn't. She needs help. And you need to stay away from her. NTA. NTA, and it's not your fault she has an obsession with you. You don't owe her a wig or anything else. She made her choices. She's an adult. She can live with it and her hair will grow out. Hopefully this will teach her a lesson and she'll stop her behavior. I wouldn't tell them at the meeting that it was to see if she would do it or not. You posted an edited picture you found funny of yourself and you didn't tell her to do it. Before or after the meeting, ask to speak them privately and lay out all the issues you have brought up here. I don't know if doing this in front of the other girl is wise, as she may up the ante and you school will hopefully decide to separate you to more. They will if the threat to you is big enough. This will dive into stalking and worse if it continues. Also, I would start wearing clown costumes every day. I legit don't ever see anyone I want to college with except my best friend. Let her copy more outrageous stuff: rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing. NTA. This meeting with the university is a good thing. Before you go in, sit down and write out every time she has made you uncomfortable. Every aspect of copying that you've noticed. Try to get evidence, like receipts of purchases you've made that she went on to buy. The date of your hairdressing appointment where you dyed your hair, which will predate hers. The dates of you joining societies. You first, and then her. See if any of your classmates are also willing to speak that they have noticed her unhealthy obsession. Perhaps the men she's become obsessed with after noticing you talking to them? Then make sure the meeting does not include her. You need to feel comfortable to speak openly without her in the room, as she will not react well. When you walk in, immediately thank them for calling for a meeting to address her harassment of you. Take control and lay out everything that's happened. Explain that you are becoming increasingly concerned for your safety. To the extent you are hiding in your room, it's affecting your ability to study. She clearly has issues that she needs professional assistance with. If they ask why you haven't confronted her, reply that you didn't feel safe because her behavior is becoming more and more unhinged. Also, really highlight that you and your friend posted a photograph to your personal social media while you were at home on Easter break. You were off university grounds. during a university break, using non-university websites. It is entirely out of their purview. You also didn't send this directly to Kaya, or make any suggestion to her that she do the same. Kaya accessed your social media, made assumptions, and continued her attempt to imitate you. You are not responsible for her actions, and her reaction to the realization she no longer resembled you is alarming. Then ask them how they are going to protect you from someone whose behavior is now bordering on stalking. Ask if they are willing to support you in talking to the police about a potential restraining order. And then actually call the police. Whether or not they are able to do anything yet, you need this on record. And they will have information on how to protect yourself. This may sound extreme, but I assure you, it's not. Kaya is becoming dangerous. She has moved beyond copying to anger. The next step in that escalation is to destroy the object of her attention. That's why she has reported you. She wants you to be punished. When this doesn't get the desired results, her frustration will make her angrier. She will eventually get violent if this isn't nipped in the bud. She may try to cut your hair so that you and she look alike again. September was only 8 months ago. This isn't a long period of time, and look how invested she is already. Please take this seriously. Don't let embarrassment or a desire to keep the peace prevent you from protecting yourself. Kaya has taken advantage of your good nature so far, and is now trying to mess with your education. Lay down your boundaries in steel. She is not to ever contact you again. You aren't to have classes together or share living space. Please take care up. It's better to prevent it getting worse rather than wait until it actually is worse. NTA She made the decision herself to shave her head. You didn't manipulate her into or ask her to do it. You're free to dress up, play pretend, or Photoshop yourself in any way you please. I'm not a woman, but every woman I know wouldn't make the decision to shave their head so lightly or easily. She's got issues that I think will become apparent during the meeting that's coming up. Wow. NTA. What she's doing is unhealthy. You had every right to pretend to shave your head. People do that kind of thing for a laugh all the time, with no consequences, and get likes and laughing emojis. It's her fault for taking you seriously and being obsessed with you. She chose to really shave her head. She chose to copy you. She's an adult who made her choice. Hopefully she'll learn after this. Good luck with the meeting. NTA. I want to laugh. Because it's kinda funny how she pretty much outed herself and admitted she's copying everything you do. Forgot to add. But I can't really laugh. BC This girl could totally be dangerous. I doubt you'll get into trouble over this. Especially if she can't prove you faked shaving your head to she if she would do it. You could have just been doing it for fun. Either way, be safe, and at this meeting I'd ask if one of you could be transferred to a different flat at least. NTA. She JS a danger to herself and the uni needs to know. If she attaches to the wrong person she could end up in serious trouble. Go in and say how glad she raised this and how glad you are she will be getting help. Detail her copying you etc., and have statements from others concerned too. She needs Paish help. Immediately. NTA. But you've picked up a bunny boiler. Watch your back. This is the plot of the book Stephanie's Ponytail. NTA. She shaved her head of her own volition. WTF gives her the idea that she needs to be reimbursed for anything? I'd go to a quiet place, such as a library, and compose a list of all the times she's copied an aspect of your appearance or an activity in which you participate. I'd also noted the times and names of people who've noticed the copying and commented on it. Now, she's actively harassing you? Nope. 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 If anyone should report anyone, It's you who should report her. NTA. But at the meeting, don't admit it was aimed at her. Just say you were clowning around on SM and that's all. Don't talk about her ever copying you. He is my neighbor Nursultan Tuliagbi. He is pain in my holes. I get a window from a glass. He must get a window from a glass. I get a step. He must get a step. I get a clock radio. He cannot afford. Great success. Quote. Your flatmate reminded me of this Borat quote op. What's concerning is though why she's so obsessed with you and everything you do. It's rather creepy if anything. NTA op. Great success. Yikes. I have no doubt that your meeting will go your way. As your NTA. That's super scary. I would make a point of saying you want her behavior on record. For your protection. At aforementioned meeting. NTA at all. Hopefully that will end her incredibly unhealthy obsession with copying you. If you're forced to attend the meeting, just say, I never told her to shave her head. That was her own decision, and only say that. Or variations of it. And don't pay her wig. That's her expense. NTA. Lodge a complaint depending on how the meeting goes. She has clear issues that you unfortunately need to worry about.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.